This is Relationship-ish, where we talk about the cornerstone of every relationship: connections. 9 p.m.
We're live.
Marriage, sex,
And we're having a great time already.
yourself, your family, divorce, your ex, your co-workers, your friends, your situation, your lover, your mother, you name it, connections. And we always have a great time.
Of course you had to mess
With your
it up, right?
hosts, V and Cash.
Hello, hello, hello. Oh my God. How are you doing, everyone out there? This is Relationship-ish, where we talk about the cornerstone of every relationship: connection. Hello, we're back. Hello, connection crew. We are your hosts. I'm Cash.
And I'm V, and this is Relationship-ish. We have not been here in 6 weeks?
Oh my God. It has been crazy.
We both had so much going on. It's been and we forced ourselves to do this tonight. But we are back. We are back with a vengeance. We are ready or not.
I wanted to play the song Ready or Not. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. But V was like, we got this. We could do this. I'm like,
We needed to come back. So I'm like, we need to come back. So we're back.
girl.
Please like and subscribe to us on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Relationship-ish. We're everywhere. Feel free to comment. If you're on YouTube right now, you can comment live stream and we can read your comments and you can add to the conversation.
Add to the conversation. People are probably like, I can't add to the conversation because I didn't even know you were here.
Well, even if you didn't know we're here, we're back. We have a following, but we don't know how many people are following anymore because
Oh my God. It has been
it's
crazy.
a lot. And our producer's been going. So wait, hands up, clap, 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 clap for Cash, because she is producing us. I could not do this, but Cash is producing us today because our producers on a hiatus, so we decided to do it ourselves. Well, Cash decided that she would be able to do it, and she's doing it. So let's give her yes. So,
I have no idea what we're doing. So I'm just letting you know. So I just have to say today.
Thank you, Daniel. Daniel says we're doing good.
Oh, thank you, because we are crazy today. It's just crazy. I'm just gonna say it's crazy today. So the icebreaker. You know what? I forgot to say. Did you say like, subscribe? Did you say all of that? 'Cause I don't know.
I said please like, subscribe. I just did that.
I'm off my flow. I'm so off my flow. What item do you hope will be obsolete in the next 20 years?
I've been thinking about that, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm not sure. What do you think? In the next 20 years.
I like how she threw that back at
Yeah,
me.
because I thought of something and then I don't remember what it was. I don't remember. There's so many things that we need to get rid of, but
In the next 20 years, we need to get rid of
paper mail. I don't know junk mail. Junk mail. No more junk mail. We need to get rid. In 20 years, I don't want to open up an envelope and says you have won the sweepstakes. All you need to do is send us $50 and.
So you don't want any more paper mail, or
No.
you just don't want any more junk paper mail?
I don't want. Let's get rid of paper mail. It's on the computer.
But you know what? Then no one can get in touch with you because you don't open paper mail. You don't open email. You don't open any mail. So we're just going to be in trouble. So I guess in 20 years, guys, you're not going to get in contact with V because it's going to be obsolete. Okay?
No more paper mail. There's so much paper. No more paper mail, period. And we just fix the computer so you just go to mail and it just reads it to you. So if you're a person who's elderly and you're not good with computer, you just press like the Alexa.
She's gonna put you on mute. I'm gonna put you on mute.
Can you read my mail today? And the computer will read, like Alexa will read your mail today. Why can't we have that? Obsolete. No more paper.
I'm telling you now, she would push cancel and you wouldn't be able to get through to the, be careful.
I'm not good at, I'm not going to lie, I'm not good at electronics, so I would probably do that. And then I would say, Cash, okay, so what I did was I deleted this and I need it back, and it said they can't get it back. That would be me. I'm not going to lie. That would be me, but I have to get over myself because I'm the one who doesn't want paper. So.
Hey Karina, hey Daniel, hey Nikki.
Yes.
I don't know what I want to be obsolete. I know what I want to be added, and I think it has to happen next year because let me just talk about big things. I moved recently. Big things. You see my background has changed. Big moves, okay? But I moved from New Jersey to New York and I have been spoiled. So we need to add in a robot.
Tickets, yes, Nikki.
A robot that pumps your gas. That's what we need to add in.
To pump your gas. Really, Miss New Jersey?
No.
You lived in New York all your life and you had to get up and park. And I showed her in New York where she can stop and get her gas and she doesn't have to pump it out. And she knows. So she knows all the places.
20 extra minutes. I'm gonna give hands. And I've never been
big. To my house. You stop there and then you come to my house.
I've been big. When's the last time I've been to your house?
Well, you just
someone hasn't been home. Someone hasn't been home.
Because my father was in the hospital. I'm sorry. But what was me? My father was in the hospital and I couldn't be home.
Yeah. So obsolete, I don't know what needs to be obsolete, but you know what needs to be obsolete? Speeding tickets.
Yes, that's yes, that's speeding tickets.
Speeding tickets.
No, I don't think speeding tickets would be obsolete because I feel like people will kill themselves and kill our children. They'll be speeding and no.
I would not kill you.
Yeah, no.
Because going 20 miles per hour is not making it for me.
Not going 20 miles an hour. If you're going 65 and you can go up to 75 and they really wouldn't give you a ticket. It's just 65.
Where can ma'am, I don't know where you live. Where's the speed limit 65?
On my way upstate.
We're not on your way here what's the speed limit?
55 and 50.
Okay.
50. I'm like 50. What's 50?
I know. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know what this is. But I'm just going to let you know. So I got to give a big shout out.
Big shout out.
I don't think speeding tickets should. Daniel. Work with me, Daniel. Work with me. Okay.
See, Daniel agrees with me.
I bet he does. I want.
So listen to me. What you don't have an obsolete? What you think would be obsolete?
Yeah, people pumping their own gas.
Oh yes. So there no more. We have to pay somebody to pump our gas.
No. A robot. A robot.
Well, so who's paying for that?
The gas station.
Which is going to be passed on to us because they're going to
say, well, ma'am, it's already passed on to us. Gas is like $3.
I know.
I think, you know what should be obsolete? Gas. Gas should be obsolete. In 20 years, gas should be obsolete. And we should be
electric cars? Like charging?
I guess so, because that has to be obsolete. Gas in your car.
We're charging our cars now.
Yeah. But then again, when you think about what's going to happen to all those batteries when they run out, because you can't just dispose of a battery. So you know what? That should be our new business, disposing of batteries, because that's going to be a big thing. We have electric cars now, but I think that gas would be obsolete,
So
Daniel.
he's making, there's no more gas. We're only going to use the electric cars.
No more gas.
Mhm.
Or there has to be something other than electric because the batteries, you can't dispose of a battery. So it's going to be some other fuel that comes up. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Okay. We're waiting
Mhm.
to invent it, Miss Cash. Cash is going to invent something new for us, and we're all going to.
Well, I'm going to get into the business of disposing of batteries because if we get rid of gas, we have to get rid of those batteries. So I'm going to be on that tip of getting rid of it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'm with you.
Okay.
Okay.
So the you
Yes.
didn't tell me what is our word. Oh, well, let me just tell you one thing. Today, happy Juneteenth. It
Yes.
is the day that the slaves were officially released because down south they did not know that slavery had ended. So they just kept on doing and going. And then on June 19th, they realized, woo, we are free. And it was a holiday, but it has been swept for so many years since this is I think it was 1875, I believe. So it has
18,
been
18, 1865.
1865. So today is happy Juneteenth.
And that's the word of the week because some kids have today off, and two kids today. They said Happy Juneteenth in the store. I was like, oh, Happy Juneteenth. I was like, do you know what Juneteenth is? It's the day we have off. I was like, what? So they didn't know what it was. So I'm like, okay, so that's we are that's the day that the slaves found out that they were free. And then I don't even know if Biden
I'm
and
sorry. I'm sorry. Say that again. They
so
said, I don't know, but
they know
we're
the
all.
day we're off. That's the day we know it, we have off. And I'm like, okay, so you don't have off. You need to know why you have off. So I was
See, this
telling.
is why I say again and again, my kids are not going
Okay,
to
don't say it.
public school.
Oh my God, you were gonna
They're
say it.
not going.
I was
They're
like,
not
don't
going.
say it. Yeah, well, because you know what, I don't blame necessarily the public school system. I blame the fact that I know. Listen, I was a teacher, but what I'm saying is we have a lot of days off because of different holidays that we have to have. But then we have this curriculum that we have to put all this stuff in, and the teachers don't have time to add a new thing and a new thing because there's still all these other things that they have to do. So I'm like, so I feel like in some instances the parents have to step in and tell your kid what is Juneteenth, you know. And 2021, Biden made it a holiday, a national holiday for everybody. So for all the states, so we could understand that that's an important day. So I'm like, if your kid didn't learn it in school, you still have a responsibility. I'm sure most adults, I'm thinking most adults know what Juneteenth is, but if you don't, now you do know what it is. And maybe you should share that with your kids because I feel like teachers are doing the best that they can. I'm not blaming the teachers because I'm like, if you're a parent and your kid has off today and you don't say, do you understand what today is for any holiday? You should be explaining what it is. It's not all on the teachers. I'm sorry.
Well, parents will just have to do it. Yeah.
Yes, kids know. I'm just saying, like, I feel like, it's just add this on and add this on, and then what do you have, 40 minutes to teach the class, and then you have to add something else in that 40 minutes? I'm like, come on. I think it's too much. So some things have to be done by the parents. I'm just saying.
Well, we'll see. So the word of the day is Juneteenth. Oh,
Uh,
that's the national holiday. Word of the day was Juneteenth.
right. It's both so that people know because people don't know what that is. And I just, you know, those two kids, that was heartbreaking to me. I'm like, what do you mean don't know? So
Mm,
I feel like wouldn't the teacher at least say, we're not going to school tomorrow because even a quick on your way out, you couldn't just say that. You don't have to give a whole lesson, but how does the kid not know what it is? I'm just saying.
Well, girl, I can't help you with that. Do you see my hat?
I love your hat. It says relationship-ish. Girl, I'm afraid of you. Yes. You see, this is my vanity showing because I have this hat and I couldn't put it on my head because I don't want to mess up my hair. Total vanity. I'm like, well, if I put it on and it's going to mess up my hair, so it's just my vanity. Like,
no, let me really tell you. And this has me on pause, people. This has me on pause. This has me on pause. So let's talk about what has you on pause.
Okay.
Okay. So I was in the car and I was driving. And I cut off and I was going to school. I put my hand down on the left side of my seat. My bracelet got stuck under the seat. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. My hand is stuck under the seat. Oh my God. So then I took my right hand and I went over to pull my left hand from being stuck under the seat. My right hand gets stuck under the seat because it had two bracelets on. I had two bracelets on. Now, I was getting on the highway at this point in time. And so this is the part that has me on pause. I would not break my bracelets. I would not break my bracelets to get my hands out. So I drove with my knees, getting on the highway, driving up my knees, and I was like this.
Nikki.
I merged over,
Lucky
and then I got off the highway.
He has more.
And then I got out. My bracelets were free. I emerged on, and then I got off the next exit, and there I go. So, is it vanity or is that just insanity? Because
That's a little of both.
I did not want to break my bracelet, and I was like, "Is gold? Gold is so much." I'm just saying, gold is a premium price.
Yes.
I was just like, okay, God, I can't break it. I can't. Oh, and then when I got off the highway, I was like, what the hell is wrong with you, girl? Break the bracelet before you kill yourself or somebody else. Okay, Iris said Vansanity.
Yes. Also, yes, yeah, because that's what it is, Vansanity. But you know how I feel about my jewelry. I mean, I love my gold, and I think, I mean, I've been caught. See, these bracelets have like these little hooks, and because whatever happens to Cash always has to happen to me, I hooked it on my thing, and then if the best part is this, I'm driving with my daughter, and she's like going. She's going. We were looking, and she turned around, and I was like, I can't put it in reverse. I stopped the car, but my hand was caught on my sweater, and she's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "I can't move this hand." So I had the car stopped, but I was like, "Okay, so I have to go like." I'm like, "Put it in reverse," and so she's like, "Mom, why don't you ask me to take it out of the sweater instead of?" I was like, "Okay, because what?" Hello, that could only make sense.
Girl, I'm just letting you know. Vansanity. I like that. Vansanity, because I could not break my bracelet at that point in time, but I was just like, oh my God, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. You know what else has me on pause? So, everybody, on June 8th, my son came.
Yeah,
I have a new son, my second son. And my second son, little man, little D, because it's big D and little D. We have LD. And I just want to give a huge shout out, because what has me on pause? I was in the hospital. I don't think I should say the hospital's name, but it is in the city. It is a prominent hospital to give birth in. It is an Ivy League hospital in the city. And the nurse, I got to give 3 shout outs like to my nurse because Samantha, hands down, you are the woman. They hooked us up. They take care of our son. Our son had jaundice and everything, and they kept on put him on the lights. They took care of us, make sure we ate. So huge shout out to all the nursing staff on floor 5 because you were excellent, tremendous. You really thumbs up. Okay. They're telling me that they're closing because they have the nursery on floors 6 and 5, right? On floor 6 and 5, they're closing the nursery on the 5th floor, and all the babies will have to go to the 6th floor. Now, my son had jaundice, and they put him under the lights. They changed him. They bathed him. They brought him to us to be fed. They took him back because he had to be under the lights. That's all on one floor. So now you're telling me you're going to take my kid from where beside us, take him upstairs away from us in one nursery. How are they taking care of everybody in one nursery? What happens? Are you going to lose my child? Because you pointed it out. When we went upstairs, there was a kid that looked just like my son
Yeah.
right next door.
I was watching while they were doing. She's like, "Oh, he already has the thing." I'm like, "No, look at this kid." She's like, "Oh, they look so much alike, and they were both just born." I was like, "No, we got to make sure that we get the right one." So I was looking the whole time. I was like, I refused. I'm like, "No, you're not gonna switch my baby."
So now the nurses are going to be tired. They're going to be overworked. And it's going to be a personal lawsuit on them because if something happens to my kid, I'm going after you, lady. I love you. You took care of us, but I'm going after you because mistakes should not happen with my newborn son. How is this okay? And this is when we're cutting the wrong things. Everything is robotics and everything, but now we're cutting human care of a newborn human because we are going to save money and this is when a mistake is going to happen.
Yep.
And then we're going to be like, oh, they're getting sued because you were too tired and you tripped.
Okay, that's
well, what's going to happen if you have a nursery and all these bassinets and you saw how big the bassinet is and they're wheeling them around, and now my kid is going to be next to another kid who might be sick with a different type of contagious sickness? No, I'm just saying no.
Yeah. Oh, that's
no.
Yeah. Well, luckily, your next kid maybe won't be born in that hospital.
It sure the heck won't be. It's going to be born in a test tube and someone else going to have it because
the shop is closed now. We done?
Closed.
Oh, okay.
Closed.
All right. Well, yeah. Well, hospitals, I feel like that's one of the things we shouldn't cut. I mean, we're making all these cuts. I think there's a lot of things we shouldn't cut. We're trying to cut back on the wrong things, but hospitals, the elderly, those things should not be cut. I'm just saying,
So these things have me completely on pause.
Yeah. Well, what has me on pause, I'll be quick because we have to go, but we're going to have a show on this later on, probably next month. But, my father just got sick, and I'm going to make it as fast as I can. But you work your whole life to have money. But then if you get penalized because you have money that you work for, and those who did not work for the money, that the government's going to give them help because they didn't work and they don't have savings. But if you have a savings, now your job is to use that money that you worked for to pay for your care. And I just think that that is crazy and unfair. Like, what is that? So if I never worked my whole life, the government's going to take care of me and they're going to pay for everything. And if I worked my whole life and killed myself and saved, then I have to take my savings and take care of myself. And it's just going to go on my health care because the government will not pay because I did work hard my whole life. And I'm just so mad at that. And that has me on pause because I'm like, what is that? That is so unfair.
And then other people are getting 3 surgeries on me. I have a problem, girl. I told you about that. I had a problem. And
Yes, that's not fair. It's not fair. And the thing is, you're right. They're having 3 surgeries on you. But then you, who worked really hard, you're going to be paying when you're like over 65, you're going to be paying for your health care because they're saying that you have money in the bank because you worked. You shouldn't have worked. What?
Well, girl, just let me know so I can stop and get on welfare right now.
Well, there's things that you could do that I found out about. So I'm going to share that. When we do that show next month, I will be telling you because a lot of us have elderly parents that don't know, and ourselves one day will be the elderly parents. So we need to put these things in motion, and we can. It's not too late or too early. So I'm going to be sharing that because I'm just learning all this stuff now. And I'm like, no one told me. So I'm going to tell you what I learned.
Put it in the chat. How are you guys doing? Put it in the chat. How are we doing today? I know we've been away for so long. Anything that has you on pause? We had you on pause.
That was kind of good.
Oh, yes, we had you on pause. I'm so sorry we had you on pause. So we are here.
Here to say, please please follow us on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. We're on everything. Please like and follow us. We appreciate you. We could use all the followers. Yeah. Okay, so what's today's show?
Okay, so we have a 10-second commercial. Ready?
We do? Okay. Oh, I didn't know. Sorry. Oops. This girl. She's cracking herself up. I'm glad you're cracking yourself up.
I was like, let's pause for the commercial. She's like, we have a commercial?
Because when we have the other producer, the commercial's usually his network. But this is now Cash's network. So I was like, oh, well, what do I know? She has a commercial. I'll get her.
So let me get up and tap dance. You and me and you. We're relationship V and you. V and Cash and V. We're here naturally.
Yes.
All right.
Show.
I don't know why she just rolled her eyes at me. Did you see her roll her eyes at me?
Because she's trying to tell me that it's too long. We have all this stuff to get through. And then she started letting us start even getting through it. I'm like, okay, how are we going to get through all this stuff?
My commercial. Wait, my commercial.
She's not even finished.
Everybody, look at the new hat. You can get this hat right here. Relationship-ish with V and Cash.
Wow, okay.
Okay?
Yeah,
Inbox us, and we can hook you up.
In the summer, and
it is black. It has the mesh. New York, because we're representing New York. Relationship-ish. We're the podcast. Get your hat. Get your gear today. All right. This is a hot hat. I'm telling you now, this is a hot hat. All right. So get your hot hat today. All right. So let's get on with our show. Our show today. Relationship-ish with V and Cash. Self-esteem impacting your relationship. because your own self-esteem will hinder you being in a relationship. Because you can't love yourself, you can't love anybody else. All right?
That's
Let's talk about it.
that's the truth, you know.
And that's a hard thing to accept. That's a hard thing to know for yourself, to say, are you ready to be in a relationship? Because if you have so much baggage yourself that you can't see the brightness of you, how are you going to love somebody else if you can't love yourself?
Well, it's that, and I wanted to talk about this subject because I think in general I have a high self-esteem. Like I think I do, but not in relationships. So I feel like somebody could, I mean, I had my own business. I was the boss. I am now the boss of I'm a single parent household. Even though my kids are adults, it's on me to pay the taxes, to do what I have to do. I'm doing it and I'm making it happen. But when it comes to relationships, I think I take some kind of backseat and I forget who I am and I lose myself and I lose my power. I let somebody else have my power, but I don't do that. So if somebody would meet me somewhere else in some kind of business format, they would be like, oh, I like her. Oh, she's strong. Oh, what? But then I'm in a relationship and I'm not the same person. And I'm like, what the heck? It's like one day when Cash said that she had been breadcrumbed and she never remembered that that was really what happened, because you wouldn't think that she would be, right? Because you know who she is. She's a strong African American woman who is like, doing her podcast, taking care of her family, doing all kinds of things, moving into wonderful homes and all this stuff. But then she let herself be breadcrumb years ago. What I'm saying is that's what we do. No matter how strong you are, you can fall into that. And I know that I have, and I'm working on myself in that aspect because, I'm not accepting what I would accept before. So now if you meet me, I'm a different person. So for those who used to know me, sorry, I'm not that girl anymore.
Hello. So let's talk about what happens when you have low self-esteem and you're getting into a relationship. Number one, you perceive yourself as a victim. What does that mean?
Like, you think that this always happens to you, that you pick the wrong man. You pick the wrong man. You're making yourself feel like, you're making it seem like somebody else did it to you. Like, I don't know why these things happen to me. This guy, it cheated on me. I keep choosing these people. I don't know why. Hello.
Or I'm probably like settling for like less. Like
Yes.
you want somebody who's like educated, you want someone who's making money, and you find someone who's on between jobs.
Yes, but
And he's always between jobs because he always got laid off or something happened, and you're like, or she, and you're just like, yeah. So you can't settle for less. You have to know. And I mean, maybe you like someone who you like taking care of somebody, and that's your thing. But if you don't like taking care of somebody, get a person with a job.
right, and it's not, yeah, so you're not the victim of, your choices are your choices. You can't make yourself of the victim of whatever your choices are. Like, you have to make better choices. That it's not anybody's fault that this is happening to you but your own. It's not even the person who's doing it to you. It's not their fault. You're allowing it, and then you're acting like, I don't know. You're making these choices for yourself, so you have to change yourself.
Oh, wow. Or you can just count your strength and be like, I am a person that likes this, and I need someone who is going to do that. I am a person that likes this, And I need a person that's gonna do that. And that's, I mean, don't be a victim. Say that these are your strengths instead of concentrating on
Your
what you
weaknesses.
didn't have, your weakness. Say, this is how strong I am for this instance.
And if you're strong in other ways, you can still be strong in a relationship. You can take those strengths and move them over. That's what I'm doing. At least I'm trying to do it.
Number two, you give this other person that you're with too much credit or too much blame. Like you were saying, like the blame game, like you blame them and blah, blah, blah. But also, if you have low self esteem at some points in time, you give them too much credit. You're like, oh my God, if they weren't here, I would never have known that. They're so
Mhm.
super smart. Do you know how to spell with? Of course they know how to spell with. They know how to spell everything. They're so smart. And the reason that I'm here is because they were so smart and they helped me get here. They're talented and they're so charismatic. They can talk to anybody. And I wouldn't be able to get that myself, but they can do it because they're so super charismatic too.
Right? Yes.
Unless you have the golden P.
Right. Well, but also like if there's arguments, and every time there's an argument, it's your fault. So they blame you and you blame yourself. Like you're right. So the only reason that we had this argument is because you wanted that glass of water. And then you say, well, I did want the glass of water. I guess it is my fault. It's not your fault. Every argument is not your fault. And you
You know,
can't
I have a problem with that one.
to thinking that. And I had somebody in a relationship who did that to me. We wouldn't argue if it wasn't for you. And then I kind of thought so that it was true. And I'm like, wait a minute. No, thank
I'm
you.
drinking the blood of the last victim who said that to me.
Yeah, there you go. Because I'm like, people, even if you can fall into this thing where you start thinking they're gaslighting you and you start thinking,
Iris said you should sashay away.
yes,
Okay.
and that's what I'm doing, Miss Iris. I'm learning that. I'm
Mm,
learning to sashay away, you know. But it's
yeah.
also self-esteem where you think no one else is gonna like me. I'm like, you think, oh my God, like if I'm not with this person, I'm gonna be by myself, and but it's not true. You're not gonna be by yourself. Somebody else is gonna want you that really wants you. And you don't have to put up with somebody who's treating you like garbage, who really doesn't want you, just wants to treat you badly and has fun doing that. Narcissistic.
And I think, to again, you can also celebrate your small victories every day. Like instead of giving them credit, be like, oh my God, I did this because
Hmm.
I am that person. I
Right.
am all of that, then some. And I think people really have to be like, I am all that. Every day you have to choose
Yes.
something to be like, I am all that. Thank you. And like I just started in the last like 2 months. I'm like, do you know why? Because I'm damn smart. I'm not just smart. I am damn smart. Okay. And I was telling that to my dad. My dad was like saying something to me. I was like, Dad, do you realize where I went to school all of my life? I went to top pedigree schools. You know why? Because I'm damn smart. And so you said this, and we know that's not true because I am what, Daddy? Damn smart. Because my father is one person, he is misogynistic. He is not going to change. He is in his late 80s. He's not going to change. But I took that into myself. Like he gives credit to my brother, he gives credit to my friend Nikki, he gives credit to you. And I'm just like,
What about me?
what about me? The intentional self love. I love that. The Nikki is saying intentional self love and affirmations are the key. Yeah. So I say it like I try to say it to myself like once a day. No, you know why? Because I'm damn smart. I'm not just smart. I am damn smart. And to say it's
But
a 80-something-year-old man is kind of like, but
no, it's okay because it's something. It doesn't matter. He still needs to hear it. But the thing is, people don't do it. Like even me. Like I think I'm always going. Well, obviously, I'm not the smart sharp tool in the shed. Like I'm always putting myself down when it comes to
she always says that, and it blows mine.
like when it comes to intelligence. Because you know what? I'm not saying that I'm gorgeous or anything, but my looks are what I think I get by on, and I think that people think I'm dumb, and then I start thinking that I'm dumb. And even though I had a scholarship to go to school, like I went to school on a full academic scholarship.
And
So,
everybody, she says that she couldn't do math, but she took calculus and she got an A in calculus. So,
but the thing,
anybody? Hello? Anybody?
yeah,
Anybody?
but the thing is, that's it. I think that people, their perception of me makes me feel like that, and then I take it in, and then Cash is always saying, "Well, you're smart," and I feel like I need to say that to myself more, like like uh, I am smart. I'm not a dummy, but then I don't know, I lose that. I lose that part of myself for sure. Cash,
She's talented, smart, and pretty.
thank you, and the same is goes for you, but I
I'm
think that I just need
talented.
to,
This is- we
you
all
know.
have our strengths. We can't all have the same strengths, okay?
Well, that's it. That's why I think that that's not one of my strengths. So I'm like, and people think that it's not, and then I go along with it, and I'm like, yeah, well, I guess I don't really know. I'm like, but I do know, and I'm like, I'm tired of pretending, and I don't. It's not even pretending; it's feeling in myself that I don't. I'm tired of doing that. The last time Cash had a talk with me about that, and she's like, you need a, and I really, it was not even that long ago, but I really think I took it to heart. I'm like, you know what? Why do I do that to myself? What if somebody else was saying, I really don't know anything about that. I'm not, and I would be like, what? Why are you saying that? That's not true. But I do it to myself all the time. Not only with Cash, with everybody. I always feel like inferior when it comes to intelligence, and I'm not doing it anymore because I'm not. So I'm just saying, I'm smart.
Okay. You can take my affirmation. I am damn smart. I'm not
Okay,
just smart. I'm damn smart.
okay. So I'm gonna take it further. I'm not just cute. I'm damn smart. There you go. Did I take it too far, Cash?
Girl, we're here. We all have our own. We all have our own, and if that's yours, mine
Oh,
is just simple.
thank you.
I'm damn smart.
Yes. Well, I'm really taking that to heart because I know that I'm smart, and I'm not doing that anymore. And it's not a pretending; it's feeling. It's a feeling that I have to overcome, and I'm trying hard to overcome it.
Mhm.
Mhm. You're not going to hear me say it anymore, Cash. Yes.
Number 3,
What is it?
focus on comparison.
Do you know what that is for me? That is when people like say, "Oh, she's pretty and I'm not. She's tall and I'm short. She has oh, she's got a bachelor's and she's got a doctorate and she's got this and I don't." Like when you do that, it just brings you down. Like you're not going to be everything that everybody else is. In a relationship, you can't. So what? If your partner has his doctorate, that doesn't mean that you're not smart in you maybe not smart in his doctorate of science. Maybe you don't know about that, but you know about other things. But we just, we
Mm.
compare ourselves and make
But
ourselves.
also, I think you compare yourself to other people, and you make your partner compare you to other people to make yourself feel worse. Like, so you're like, well, V looked really cute today, right? I wish I can look like her. And like, she looked better than in that dress, didn't she? And
So
you're like, no, you look good in your dress too. And like, no, she looked
oh,
better in there. She looked better in that dress. I knew it. That's why I'm not going to even use that dress. I'm not. In fact, I'm going to burn it. I can't. Or be like, go to the store and then you're like, I'm going to buy the same sweater as V. Yeah. And then you look at it in the same mirror and you're like, well, V's sweater looks better on her because she's thinner. Oh, well, they don't make clothes in my size. You know, like, or V's hair is so much better because you see the highlights. Mine is just like this and it's not curly. And you do that to yourself and you're like, right? V's hair looked really good tonight. It looks so much better than mine. And I spent so many hours on my hair and oh well.
And then some people in the name of truth will say, you're right. That's what it looks better on her. And then it's just going to bring your, because they'll, we both know some people who are in the name of truth will tell you that you don't look as good as somebody else when you know that's not what they should say. There's other things you can say without even lying, but they will say, you're right. You don't look good. You don't look good in that sweater. Oh, that sweater is not for you. Is that what you think is going to boost somebody's self-esteem? Is that how you treat your partner? Let me just.
I don't have my chair. I wanted to roll. I wanted to roll away. I couldn't roll.
You know, she has a chair that she usually uses before she moved into her new house, and she would roll away when I would say nonsense. And yeah, but you have people who would, in the name of truth. I mean, if you have a partner, why would you want to tell them if if they're struggling? If they say, I think I gained 10 pounds and I don't look so good anymore.
Yeah, you sure don't.
Why would you say that? Why don't you say, well, you gained 10 pounds and maybe you wear another dress? Like, why do you have to say, yeah, you don't look good? You go, I don't really like that dress anyway, so don't worry about it. Like, why do you have to make them feel bad? Like, we're trying to boost each other up in relationships, but I feel like some people don't get it,
How about I just drop my headphone down my sleeve of my shirt? Okay.
Okay, you got it back or no?
Oh, and I can't hear you.
Okay, so you can't hear me. Okay.
Oh my. And now I'm off.
No, you're
You
not.
hear me?
We can hear you.
Good, good. All right. Just cover your face, I guess. Like, wait.
We can hear you.
And I have a plug too.
What do you mean? Oh, you're plugging that. So
yeah. Oh, you know what? Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us because we are here. Even though we took a hiatus.
Instagram, TikTok, we are back. Tell your friends, share it. Tell them that we're back. Every Thursday, 8:00, we'll be here to brighten up your Thursday nights. It's Friday. We're here Friday Eve.
Oh yeah, so I was about to unzip that. No. Oh yeah. What is number 4? I don't know. You have it. I have it.
Allow someone to make you believe you need to change.
Oh, someone says you need to change.
Yes. So you're in your relationship. Someone says, you know what? You need to lose weight. You need to change your attitude. You need to do this. They're not reflecting on the things that they need to do. They're focusing on what you need to do. And I feel like that for me is a bad sign because I feel like that's part of the reason people have low self-esteem in relationships. Like someone's telling you need to change and then you're believing it, but they're not. It's self-reflection as well. So if you want to tell me what I need to change, you need to say what you need to change. That's fair. I feel like you need to say, well, you know what? I know I get a little heated when this happens and I need to calm that down. That's fair, but you need to do this. You know what I mean? Like you need to self-reflect before you start saying what
I'm going to take a drink.
What do you mean?
I just had to pause for a second.
What do you mean? Don't you think I'm right?
I think you're very right.
I was in a relationship and every time we had an argument, he would say, well, it's your fault. What? you need to change that about yourself. You like to argue. I don't like to argue. No one likes to argue. Arguments happen. It's not my fault. It takes two to argue. Can't argue by myself. Well, I do, but I'm just saying that's not the point. Yes. So don't and
So
just
if someone says you need to change,
that doesn't mean you need to
I
change.
think and I think it's twofold, because maybe if it's something that in a relationship that you need to come to an agreement on or have a middle ground, but not change who you are.
Mhm.
So someone says that you need to change, I think you should take a beat and go, is that something I need to change, or is that something that's positive and assertive about me? Or, or is it something that I need to come to an agreement and we need to compromise on?
Yes.
Or is it something that's negative about me and I do need to change it? But I think you need to be self reflecting, because if you're a negative person and that's why you argue all the time, that's something. But if there's something that you just, the person doesn't like you to be assertive and is like, you need to change. And that's why you argue all the time, because you're like asserting yourself and they're like, well, you just, I know that I'm right and you need to sit down. Then
Mhm.
that's something else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or if it's something that y'all are always going back and forth and you feel like you have to have a winner, maybe we need to compromise. And I'm not saying that this is what was in your relationship. I'm
No.
saying when someone says you need to change,
Right.
you don't need to take it as the end all be all. You need to have a self reflection time and focus in on yourself and say, is this something that I need to change?
No.
Or is this something that you need to look into? Because I'm not going to be your little puppet anymore.
Well, I think that's why I said it's because this is about self-esteem, right? So someone says you need to change. There is no self-reflection. You just think you need to change. Like
Hmm.
you don't have the self-esteem and the wherewithal to say to yourself, you know what? I don't think it's me. On this point, I think it's you. You automatically take it in and think that it is you. Or
That's true.
it's because when you have a low self-esteem, that's what you do. Someone tells you you're wrong, you say, okay, I guess I am wrong. You don't have that strength. I mean, in every obviously.
I have I do have low self esteem on some things,
Mhm.
but that one right there,
You're not gonna have that. You're not doing that.
I'm
Yeah.
not doing
Well, you know
it.
what? I've done that in the past, like, blaming everything on me and then me blaming everything on myself. And that's why I think it's important to talk about it, because you can't do that to yourself. You're worth more than that. And next, you know,
Number 5.
oh my gosh. I know some people like this. They feel the need to be in a relationship, even if this person is not treating them correctly. The person is not treating them correctly and they're still staying. I'm like,
Am I pointing to you?
yes, you are pointing to me. What are you pointing to me for? Like, the person is not treating you well, then you need to get out. You know? I listen. I think that happens all too often. You were like, you know, why is I'm gonna say she because I'm thinking of a person right now. And why is she staying? She's tall, she's beautiful, she's smart. Like, why is she staying? It's
Okay, wait a minute. She said she's tall, she's smart. Ma'am, ma'am.
I wasn't talking about you, but if that's what you're thinking, is there a reason you're thinking that?
Well, I say the same thing. I'm like, you're short, you're beautiful, you're so independent. Why do you need someone to tell you that you're racist?
Yeah, well, somebody did say, even though I have biracial children, and I have a white ex-husband, but
My best friends are white, so I know I'm not racist.
you can't be a mixture. Well, I guess if you're against an oppressed group of people, but in this country, like, come on. So
I
what?
would just say some of my best friends that I don't really have are black, so I can't be a racist.
Well, we're not even going to get into that tonight because
Oh no, we are so not getting into that. I was just talking about your ex.
yes, my ex, who had some racist tendencies, which we're not going to talk about.
Well, it's okay. I find myself now that I'm getting older that I'm crotchety. I feel crotchety myself. I'm like, why do those people do that? When they're crossing the street, why do they do that? And then I'm like, what is wrong with me? Well, Tiffany, stop. Cash, I'm just like, okay, casual. Okay, so
Okay, Cash, you're so funny.
I am. Alrighty then. So, Connection Crew, thank you for hanging with us because we are here tonight and we are doing it.
We're glad
So
to be
we're glad to be back. We're gonna hit our last one. Feeling to need to be in a relationship, but also intimate. Intimate.
intimacy.
Why did I say? I was about to say intimidation. I have no idea. I was like, yeah. Intimacy depends on you.
You baby crying. Yeah. So I feel like if you have a low self-esteem in a relationship, like for whatever reason, you think you're not smart enough, you think your body's not good enough, you think whatever things are wrong with you, your hair is too short, your hair is too long, whatever is bothering you, it's going to be hard to be in, like, let yourself feel good in the relationships. You have to fix that about yourself and know that your body is, nobody's perfect. Like, those bodies up there, they're airbrushed. Okay. Even the beautiful model, she's airbrushed. So we're not going to look like that. And if your man or your woman wants you to look like that, then he should sleep with a magazine. And I'm sure some people roll it up
Oh,
and do what you want to do with it, because that's crazy to me. You're expecting perfection. You're not, no one's perfect, including you, sir or miss. So
oh well, ma'am.
it's not going to happen. And it's not fair to put that on somebody. And it's not fair of you to think that you are not beautiful because you're not this magazine. None of us are that magazine. They're not even that magazine. So whatever. Maybe
I don't
that's
know
what we
what you're talking about because I'm perfect.
can you invent in 20 years, instead of obsolete, you can invent airbrushing, live airbrushing. So when you're walking around, you get airbrushed. You don't have to do your makeup. You get airbrushed and you're like, woo!
And this girl does not even leave the front of her house without. She's outside cleaning the leaves, and she's like, "I'm cleaning the leaves. I'm so perfect." And I'm just like, "Why do you look like that?" And you're cleaning the leaves. She's like, "What if somebody drives by
Right.
and
I
they
don't want to be
see
seen
me?"
looking a mess. So I have to try to look. I do. She's like, oh no. But that's true. But say that's my low self-esteem talking. Like, I think if I don't try to make myself look perfect all the time, no one's gonna like me, right? So I've got to be this persona. I can't be like, I have to be on all the time. I can't just be like, because then they won't like me. That's my own self-esteem. That's what I'm talking about.
They won't like you because you're ugly. Well, damn, that's why people get upset with me. Oh, shoot. Girl, if I was pretty, they wouldn't be mad. Well, girl, stop the
Girl,
presses.
you're gorgeous
You
and
gonna
you're
be pissed off
glamorous.
for a
You
while.
are glamorous. You are glamorous. Do you know what your show is, Cash? Because I know what it is. Do you know what it is?
What?
It's the healthy marriage checklist. So we're going to check to see if you're in a healthy marriage or not. It doesn't matter if it's
How
straight.
well, what the hell did you just jump to next week?
Yeah, because it's 9:04.
Okay, we need to go back through the
We
things.
can't. I'm like, okay, Candy.
She's messing up the flow. I'm like, what the hell just happened?
Let's go
So,
through the flow. She's right. What's the
so
first?
self-esteem affecting your relationship. You always feel like you're a victim.
Uh, you match credit for blame.
You focus on comparison, what other people and to yourself.
Someone says you need to change, and you believe it's. You don't evaluate and see if that's really true. You believe it.
You feel you need to be in a relationship. And intimacy.
Depends on you. You can't let somebody tell you you're fat, you're short, you're ugly, you're not smart. You have to feel those things yourself so you can feel good about yourself so that you can feel free to be intimate with somebody.
Yes. So these
What's
are ways if you have low self-esteem and you feel like you need to be in a relationship, and low self-esteem, this affects who and how you meet people. So you really need to focus in on yourself and pick better to be better, right?
yeah, what is your takeaway? That's what you
What is my takeaway? I think I need to give myself and celebrate more small victories, um, and count my strengths, because sometimes I'm like, oh, this is just happening. This is just my life. So instead of saying this is a victory, I did this myself. I planned, I saved, I did whatever, and I am successful in my own right. I did not ride the backs of somebody else, and I am damn smart. I
Mhm.
really need to instill that in myself and stop ruminating on things that I can't change.
That's it. And I just want to tell Iris said that she's gone to the pharmacy looking like a homeless vagrant, and maybe that's why she can't meet somebody. Well, Iris, I don't have that luxury. It's my. You see, you feel self assured. You don't care. I don't feel self assured. I do care. What my takeaway from this is, I thought that I was one of the few people who have low self esteem in relationships. And when I was looking up this information, I found a lot of men and women have low self-esteem when it comes to relationships, and people wouldn't know it because they're in their high-powered jobs, and people feel like, oh, John, I'm sure he's in charge of his family, I'm sure his wife doesn't put him down, he wouldn't take that, but he does, and so do we. And you're not alone, and you can change that. That's something you could change about yourself, because you're beautiful, you're smart, you're handsome. Don't let anybody tell you anything else. If they don't like it, then they need to find somebody else. You're good.
Mm, mm,
Mhm.
mm.
And Iris, your self-esteem rocks. I need to get some of that from you.
All right. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with your friends.
Yeah.
So V, what is next week's show?
Okay, back to
She
next
jumped
week. So
in right away.
yes, we're gonna check. We're gonna have the. Do you have a healthy marriage checklist? So then we're gonna say, and it goes for relationships too, but we're gonna focus on marriage. But if you're not married and you're in a relationship, these things should already be in place before you get married, right? So it's for everybody. So yeah,
Well, this was a great show. Thank you for joining us, Connection Crew, all the new faces, all of our old faces. Thank you, all Connection Crew, because we're here on Thursday at 8 o'clock. And I just want to give a shout out to V for helping us produce the show,
I
and
Thank you for Cash for actually producing the show. I did not do anything, but she did everything. And God bless her. She's smart enough.
Don't forget,
You
we
can
have the
Cash
hat.
is
If
going
you want to
to, yeah, she's going to give you like
reach out if you want the relationship-ish hat with V and Cash. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. You rock. Happy Juneteenth to you. Remember, this is Relationship Ish. We're here every Thursday night at 8 o'clock. We're your hosts. I'm Cash.
and I'm V, and this is Relationship Ish. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
I love it.